Earth's systems are composed of 5 general spheres: the atmosphere, lithosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, and the cryosphere. Today, I'll be talking about the cryosphere and how it interacts with the world, specifically in Greenland and the Arctic. The cryosphere consists of the frozen water areas of the Earth system. This includes frozen parts of the hydrosphere, such as water surrounding Antarctica and the Arctic, as well as ice frozen on land in glaciers and mountains. These areas of snow or ice, which are subject to temperatures below 32 degrees for at least part of the year, compose the cryosphere. Ice and snow on land are one part of the cryosphere. This includes the largest parts of the cryosphere, the continental ice sheets, which are found in Greenland and Antarctica, as well as ice caps, glaciers, and areas of snow and permafrost. An ice sheet is a mass of glacial land ice extending more than 50,000 square kilometers. The two main ice sheets that exist on Earth today cover Antarctica and most of Greenland. Together, they contain more than 99% of the freshwater ice on Earth. The cryosphere is not a lifeless region. It has a wealth of biodiversity. In Arctic regions, sea ice serves as a home for animals in the biosphere like polar bears and seals. It is a feeding and breeding ground for migrating species, as well as a hunting area for local communities. This entire ecosystem, however, is being threatened by rising temperatures due to climate change. This will affect the risk of sea level rise that could displace millions of people, extreme changes of ocean currents affecting regional climate, loss of ice that provides some people with water they need to live, and changes to the food chain, and even possible fast, undoable change to the global climate. Just as changes in the cryosphere can influence climate, changes in climate can also dramatically alter the Earth's snow and ice-covered areas. With just slight variation in the Earth's temperature, thousands of square miles of snow and ice can accumulate or melt. Greenpeace International says, for most people, polar regions are remote places that are out of sight and perhaps out of mind. They are, however, highly sensitive to climate change with strong system feedbacks at play. The shelf ice in Greenland and the Arctic have been slowly melting over the past 40 years, and as it does, it becomes less reflective or has less albedo. NASA satellite imagery and temperature reading data show that Greenland had a rather warm summer while also getting darker. The darkening is mostly happening in coastal areas, while some is happening on the actual glaciers, forming small ponds on the surface. The National Snow and Ice Data Center said, Greenland's warmer than average summer with a surplus of coastal melting led to darker than average surfaces with more bare ice instead of snow on ice. Another issue that arises with a melting cryosphere is loss of permafrost, or soil that has been frozen for over 2 years. Most permafrost on Earth has been frozen for thousands of years, and with it a lot of trapped greenhouse gases. These gases will contribute to the snowballing effect of climate change with dramatic repercussions to the planet. The Bioscience Oxford Journal said, thawing permafrost and the resulting microbial decomposition of previously frozen organic carbon is one of the most significant potential system feedbacks from terrestrial ecosystems to the atmosphere in a changing climate. The end of the cryosphere seems to be looming in the not-so-distant future, and some people think the loss of it is inevitable. There is something that can be done, however, to help curb the melting of the ice. We need to make sure we are reducing our impact on global warming by decreasing our greenhouse gas emissions. I think on the individual level, it is not enough to save the cryosphere. We need the government to step in and create legislation. Anyone can demand action from your local and federal governments. You can also support companies and politicians who are leading the change toward a new low-carbon emission future. Thank you.